Chapter 8 Why We Hate Pirates So Much. Now, in case you're wondering why we hate pirates so much, it's because, as both Jill and I have already mentioned, we were all captured by a pirate. And not just any pirate, we were captured by the worst pirates of them all, a Captain Woodenhead. Do you remember that Woodenhead we found in the shore? If you don't, go back to page 65 and have a look. This way to page 65. If you do remember the Captain Woodenhead, then you already know what a horrible-looking pirate Captain Woodenhead was, and you can go straight to the start of the next paragraph and read the rest of our story. Then you'll understand why we hate pirates so much. This way to the next paragraph. And Jewel has already mentioned Captain Woodenhead was one of the most terrifying, horrible, hideous wooden-headed pirates ever to sail the seven seas. Sure, he rescued us all, but only to turn us into his pirate slave, even the animals. As for me and Terry and Zill, Captain Woodenhead forced us to peel enormous piles of potatoes. I hate potatoes. Be quiet, Captain Woodenhead will hear you. Risk our lives repairing to ringing. I hate pirates. Be quiet, Captain Woodenhead will hear you. The hundred of really the holes of all his chest of stolen treasure. I hate pirates. Be quiet, Captain Woodenhead will hear you. And worst of all, he made us clean the poop desk. Oh, gross. There's a poop on the top poop deck. Why do you think it's called a poop deck? Oh. One day, we are cleaning a poop deck when Terry said, I hate pirates. They're disgusting. How many times I have tell you, I said. Keep your voice down. Captain Woodenhead might hear you. He won't hear me, says Terry. He only got stupid wooden ears. He's stupid wooden-headed, wooden-eared poopy pants. Hey, I heard that, bellowed Captain Woodenhead, who was hiding behind the barrel. I've had enough of mutinous muttering. It's the plan for you lot and your stinking animals. No, not the animals, said Jill. They didn't do anything. Yes, they did, says Captain Woodenhead. They're stinking on my ship, just like you and your nappy wearing. Crybaby friends, get walking. He pulled out his cutlass and began using to prod toward the plank. Hey, cut it out, I said, batting the cutlass away with the handle of my mop. That thing hurts. Ah, so it's fight you want, is it? Says Captain Woodenhead. Well, I'll give you a fight. Ingrid, I bravely had time to get my mop in position before he came rushing at me. I waved my cutlass and I swept, he ducked. He swept, I ducked. He swept, I ducked. He swept, I ducked. I swept, he thought, but it was little too late. Bonk, bonk. The captain Woodenhead went flying off his neck. Slap. Over the side of the ship and splashed into the water below. It bobbed around the surface for a moment, and before one of the sharks that were always hanging around the boat leapt out the water and swallowed it in one gulp. "Uh-oh," says Terry. "I don't think Captain Woodhead is going to like that, or his body either," says Jill. "Look out! I'm down here." Captain Woodenhead's headless body was staggering angry around the deck, wildly sweeping the heads of the crew member, unfortunately enough to get in his way. He had to get out of there, and fast. But the only safe place was the plank. We ran out onto it, me, Terry, Jill, and all the animals. We huddled in a big trembling bunch, hoping we'd be safe. And we were, but not for long. Soon Captain Woodenhead's body came stumbling out after us. We looked at the man-eating shark below. We looked at angry headless pirate with the enormous sword coming toward us. We looked at each other. "Jump," I said. "Jump," said the others. We jumped. The shark formed a hungry circle around us. "Yikes," says Terry. "You're going to eat it alive." "No, you're not," said Jill. "I'll have to talk to them." And she did. And not only did she convince them not to eat us, but she also got them to help us escape in a pedal boat, which was tied in the back of the pirate ship. The shark quickly chewed through the thick ropes and then pulled us through the water faster than a pedal boat has ever traveled before. But as fast as we were traveling, we couldn't shake Captain Woodhead. He was speeding after us in his ship, now wearing a lampshade in the place of his head. And just when you might thought things couldn't get any worse, well, they did. A huge storm blew up, and it began to rain, and rain, and rain. There was a booming thunder. Kaboom! Bolts of lightning, hailstones as big as baseballs, and enormous waves. Our little pedal boat was tossed about like a toy on the rough seas, and before we knew it, we were surfing down the face of the biggest wave any of us had ever seen. The trouble was, so was the pirate ship. It was surfing down the wave right behind us. Then when we saw a land up ahead, well, I say land, I mean a wall of stiff, rocky cliff. Our little pedal boat crashed into the rock, but amazingly, we all managed to make it safely to shore. The pirate ship, however, wasn't so lucky. It was smashed into pieces, and we never saw Captain Woodenhead or any of his crew ever again. Over the next few days, we collected a piece of Captain Woodenhead's broken up pirate ship and used this to build the first level of our treehouse. We also decided to keep sharks because even though they're scary, they are also as I mentioned earlier, really cool. Meanwhile, Jill found an abandoned cottage on the other side of the forest and decided it to make a perfect home for her and all her animals. Anyway, the story of how we all met and we came to living here and why we hate the pirates so much. Wow, says Terry, you're so good at telling stories, Andy. As you were describing the storm, I could practically feel the wind and the rain, see the lightning, and hear the thunder. Yeah, me too. Guys, says Jill, I hate to tell you this, but the reason you can feel wind and rain, see the lightning, and hear the thunder is not because Andy is such a good storyteller, but because there really is a wind and rain and lightning and thunder. There are very big storms headed our way. Uh-oh. Jill's right. Looks like we're in for a rough night. We better stop doing the book for a while and make sure the treehouse is okay. Stay dry and see you when the storm's over.